Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Shifting Reality. Today, we are going over detachment. Detachment is a state of being that will release you from a lot of things you may be stuck in. Detaching is like a skill you can build. As you practice it more and more, it just becomes almost like a reflex for you because you implemented it. Over the past few months, I've really learned what it means to detach. I thought I knew what it meant before, but now I really do. To detach is to let go of the outcome and focus on the present. To detach is to free your mind from all the worries that drown you. To detach is to choose not to suffer anymore. And remember, there is always a choice. Detaching is knowing that you don't need to hyperfixate on anything outside of you. Over-focusing or constantly worrying about something pushes what you want further away from you. When you detach, you become a magnet for what you want because you are good with or without it. And that is a universal lesson. To be grateful for what you have right now and not feel like you need other things outside of you to fulfill you. I think one of the most important forms of detachment is detaching from our thoughts and emotions. I used to react to every negative thought and emotion that came into my head. It was just a repetitive cycle of suffering for me until I realized I can choose to see them for what they really are. They are just energy. Everything is energy. The important thing to remember is that emotional reactions are so powerful. So when you tie an emotional reaction to the negative thoughts or feelings you experience, you amplify their effect. Instead of simply observing these thoughts, you end up giving them more power over you, allowing them to dictate your emotional state, which is what you don't want. This is where the concept of detachment comes in. By practicing detachment, which is simply being the observer of your internal landscape, meaning you look at or watch what you feel and think instead of responding to it, you can take control over what you're focusing your attention on. And as we all know, where your attention goes, your energy flows. I like to think of emotions and feelings as passing clouds. You can observe them in the moment, but eventually they will pass. It's as if we're saying to ourselves, okay, here's a thought, there's an emotion, but I don't have to believe it and I don't have to act on it. This is just one specific way to utilize detachment. There are so many other areas in life where detachment becomes a great tool to utilize. I always like to use Sims as an example because it feeds my inner child. Just like in Sims, you're not getting too attached to the characters or the storyline. That's how it should be in real life. You see that you just observe what your characters are doing and try to create the life you want for them. It's the same for yourself, but we get so caught up in the emotions and overthinking that makes us experience things more than we really need to, meaning we suffer more than we have to because we hold on to things or we are upset with how the story is going. But you just have to take it for what it is. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Detaching from the outcome is also very powerful. I used to be entangled in thoughts of whether certain videos I put out would do good or not. And I realized that the more I focus on uncertainty, the more I attract that to me. Like thoughts attract like thoughts. So if you're thinking negative, you're telling the universe, hey, I want more negative thoughts. When I learned this, I felt so free because I stopped worrying about whether or not certain videos I put out would get the traction I wanted or not. I didn't care, and I don't. You know why? Because I detached from the outcome and trust that no matter what I see in my external reality, no matter how long it may take, the vision I have in my head is already done. If you know something is already done, then you don't have to stress or worry about it happening because it's for you and you will have it no matter what. Most of the time, it's our own overthinking and our lack of trust in the universe's timing that slow down our manifestations. We try to force outcomes or control every step, thinking that if we don't, things will fall apart. But the truth is, the need to control only creates more resistance. That's why detaching from the outcome is so powerful. It's like saying to the universe, I trust you. I trust this process, and I know it's already mine. When you let go, you're telling the universe, I'm ready. I'm open to receiving my blessings. And when you truly know that something is meant for you, it has no choice but to happen, because what you believe becomes your reality. This is not just spiritual knowledge, this is science. They have been finding recently, I've been listening to so many podcasts, but they've been finding out recently that your thoughts create everything. Utilize your mind as a tool. Do not let it control you. It's not supposed to be in control. Your essence, your soul is supposed to be in control. You are in control, not your mind, not your emotions. You are in control. So you get to decide. You have the last say, right? So make the right decisions for yourself. The universe aligns to match your energy, the frequency you are putting out, and opportunities, people, and resources start to flow your way. It's so magical when you think about it, the way our beliefs shape our experiences and our realities. So we have much more control than we think. And when I mean control over ourselves. We have the power to decide which perspective we want to utilize moving forward to our benefit. Like if you have a positive mindset, you're going to be attracting positive things, because most of the time your mind is focused on the good. If you're constantly focused on the negative, you just attract more negative to you. That's why knowing this is important, so you can integrate it and move forward with your life and learn to master your freaking reality. Because when you master yourself and you master your reality, everything that you want is going to come to you. And you will just know that. You will just know that for yourself. And it's amazing when you think about it. It's so amazing because we have the choice. But some people don't choose to. Some people do. If you do, then best believe all the work you're putting in is going to come out for your benefit. Of course. So next time you feel anxious or impatient about your dreams, remember to release that need to control, because that is what will bring it to you. Hold the vision in your heart, but release the grip. Allow the universe to surprise you, knowing that what's meant for you will never pass you by. It's all in divine timing, and that dream you're dreaming, it will come true. Believe that, know that, and have confidence in it. I can't end this episode without discussing detachment from relationships and people. This is probably the form of detachment that most people will relate to, and it's also probably one of the hardest. We often attach ourselves to people, situations, and things outside of ourselves, hoping they'll make us feel whole or bring us lasting happiness. But here's the truth. You're the only person who can give yourself that fulfillment, that peace, and that sense of wholeness. No relationship, no job, and no possession can fill the spaces within us that need healing. And when we look to others to complete us, we're actually placing our own happiness in someone else's hands. The reality is, lasting joy and peace come from within. Nothing outside of you will ever truly fill whatever void you're trying to avoid by attaching to someone or something else. Detachment in relationships doesn't mean you don't care any less or become distant. It means you learn to love and appreciate others without depending on them to validate you. You can be fully present in relationships without giving them the power to control your sense of self-worth. By detaching, you're able to enjoy people and connections more deeply, because you're not weighted down by expectations or the fear of loss. You love them because you choose to, not because you need them to complete you. Remember that you are already whole. Detachment doesn't take away from the love you give to others. It simply strengthens the love you have for yourself. By filling yourself up from within, you're free to experience connections with others from a place of abundance rather than need. And that is the beauty of detachment. It allows you to stay open-hearted yet empowered, to love freely yet fully at peace with yourself. Oh, here we go. Sob story. I like to be vulnerable with you guys, so whatever. I had to learn this the hard way. I was with someone that I thought I would be with forever, and then one day we weren't, and it really took a toll on me because I was attached to him. I based my happiness and sense of self-worth on the relationship. If I could go back, I would tell myself to not hand over my happiness to something outside of me, something beyond my control that can come in and out of my life. I would tell myself to love myself fully first and then give to others, to find what brings me joy and build my own sense of happiness through my independence and time spent with myself. Love openly, but don't lose yourself in the process. Nurture your own joy, your own dreams, and your own sense of peace. so that no matter what happens, you remain whole. Relationships should be a source of joy and companionship, not the foundation of your self-worth. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't let your happiness depend on something that's always shifting. So love people, appreciate your relationships, but stay rooted in yourself. Because when you're whole within, no loss can ever break you completely, and no external change can take away the peace you've built inside. You come first. Remember that. Focus on becoming the person you want to be, independent of anyone else's approval. When you feel whole within yourself, your happiness won't depend on someone else's behavior or presence. Release control and trust that whatever happens will be for the best. And with that, that is the end of today's episode. I'm going to pick your oracle card real quick before you leave, so let's do that. Your card for today is Magic Tree. You are an artist of light. You are gifted and blessed. It is time for you to release the creative power within you. You have the power to transform your life. A great artist, you are able to create through thoughts, beliefs, and intentions. Start to hold only positive thoughts about yourself. You have the power to create happiness and abundance and joy. Positive thoughts and positive affirmations create positive outcomes. Make your intentions clear, for the universe is always listening and responds to all your words and thoughts. Use positive affirmations as colors to paint the perfect picture for your life. Create the picture with loving thoughts and intentions. Affirm all you wish to be and create. Try to be clear about what you want in life. Imagine that you have all you want right now. Affirm out loud each day with all your heart and soul. You create the life you dream. And the affirmation is, I am an artist. I am infinitely creative. I create a loving and abundant life. I create and fulfill my dreams. Until next time, stay enlightened, stay blessed, and may your journey be filled with endless discoveries.